you can't own the problem because you can't really fix it. Good morning, everyone. It's Lonnie. We're in the shed and got a lot of stuff going out today, mostly comics. And also in this video, we're going to be doing the drawing for the mug. I'll probably put that on the end of this video, and I'll probably film that portion tomorrow because I want to give plenty of people time to enter. And if you don't win, don't worry, we're going to be doing more giveaways because I do have more mugs. So anyway, let's pull some orders. Sold this Escape from Wonderland comic for $24.99 plus shipping. This is like this is limited to 250 copies, so it's pretty exclusive. I have to go back here to the bookshelf. There are three Fantastic Four trade paperbacks that I sold. These three right here. Sold these all together for $11.99 plus shipping on top for these three. So I saw that they weren't selling for a lot of money, so I decided just to bundle them together. That's the best thing to do for me anyways. That's the best thing to do whenever something's pretty cheap. Okay, this comic right here, Mercy Thompson. It's a Mercy Thompson #1 Phoenix Comic-Con J Company, limited to 100 issues. Oh, here it is on the back. This sucker sold for $99.99 plus shipping on top, so that was a really good one. This J Company Comics, a lot of their stuff is pretty valuable. Here's another J Company Comics. This one has Pinocchio in it. You see him right there in the middle. One of those Grimm fairy tales type things. This sold for $79.99 plus shipping on top. This is all out of the same box because this is the box I've been listing in the past couple of days. This customer bought three things from me. Escape from Wonderland #1. This version of it sold for $26.99. This version of that same book sold for $34.99. And then they bought a lot of these Fathom comics, 7 of them, for $26.99. All shipping on top. So what I do with these comics is the first one's $4, and even on this one, this lot right here where it's 7 comics, I made that the same, $4. I kind of made the price of the bundle a little more than I normally would, kind of allowing for the extra in shipping. But then the first comic you buy, $4, and then any other comics on the same order ship for free. Kind of an incentive to get them to try and buy, get them to buy more on the same order and save. And if I have to come out of pocket a couple of bucks on the shipping, I'm cool with that because it's kind of like a multi-quantity discount. That's what I chalk it up to. Sold 3 of these. They're called sketchbooks. They're just little small books from like conventions, and the artist signed, the caveman artist signed them right that. They're not worth a ton, but I had one customer buy 3 of them at $12.99 a piece, so it was a nice order. And then the last comic is this Grimm Fairy Tales swimsuit edition. I know it's ridiculous. $9.99 plus shipping on top for that one. Yeah, I got all the comics packed. Look, nice, neat little packages there. And those Gemini comic mailers. Hopefully they're working out okay. I think they are, as far as protecting the books, because there's some higher value books. Oh, going back here to grab a video game. Soul Calibur 2 right here, $6.99. Sold this on third account. The secret account, right? I'll show whenever I sell something like this. Let me just double check. Soul Calibur 2, original Xbox. Yes, $6.99 plus shipping on top. Everything's packed except for I have one order on my quote-unquote main account, which is not so main lately. I sold 2, this is all in one order, sold 2 puzzles This after shower puzzle is one of them. And you'll see, hopefully this is the other one. That's a clock puzzle. There's another puzzle way up there. That's Dream Team. Oh, it's this one right here. All right. This is cool. I'm actually starting to get through these stacks of things here. I used to have a lot more than this stacked up. But anyway, I sold these two puzzles. I forgot I had a model up there. And I sold an action figure. I think these puzzles were $9.99 and $14.99. Both sealed. That's the only way I really buy puzzles. And then the other thing that's on that same order is this. The Flash. Earth 2. I guess is New 52 action figure. So $17.99 for that. All in one order. That was a good one. Well, good morning, everyone. It's Lonnie. It is the next day. And I'm pulling orders, all comic book orders. Sold about $300 worth of stuff yesterday on one account. So I'm pulling actually like graphic novel type stuff right now. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo sold for, I believe it was $7.99 plus shipping on top. And then I have one more from the bookshelf here. It's kind of crossovers. Here we go. It's this one right here by Top Cow. It's got the Hulk on the cover. I remember that. That one sold for $13.99 plus shipping on top. And everything else is in this box. So let me go set these down. We'll pull that box and take a look. Okay, this Grimm Fairy Tales. I guess that's supposed to be Pinocchio right there. This sold for $99.99 plus shipping on top. This is a limited edition of 500. So I think this is my best sale from yesterday. Another Grimm Fairy Tale book, Beyond Wonderland cover gallery. This sold for $10.99 plus shipping on top. Sold this Cave Woman comic for $22.99 plus shipping on top. Sold this signed Cave Woman and Fiends sketchbook by Bud Root for $19.99 plus shipping on top. Prehistoric Pinups Cave Woman book for $22.99 plus shipping on top. Sold another Cave Woman book, Mutation 2 for $19.99 plus shipping on top. Put a lot of 6 Grimm Fairy Tale more common type books together for $11.99 plus shipping on top. So $2 a piece on those. And this is a lot of 11 Tales from Wonderland books for $30. Question from Matt Evo 13. Lonnie, do you think you're going to be doing much garage sailing since you have so much inventory yet to list in the shed? I have inventory not just in the shed, but other places too. So I definitely have a ton of inventory yet to list. I've been working fairly hard to get it listed. It's just taken some time. So especially with these comics, like they've been really profitable. But it does take a little bit of time to get through them. And there's just a lot of them. And I have a lot of other stuff too. But yeah, once garage sale starts, garage sale season starts, which isn't too far away, I will still go to garage sales. I will be extremely picky on what I buy. It's going to have to be stuff that is pretty profitable and or very easy to list and ship and store and all that stuff. Like, I'm not going to be looking to get into items that are bulky or require a lot of cleaning or testing or a lot of space or might be like super long tail. I'm going to be pickier than normal. At least that's the plan. I don't like skipping garage sales if I don't have to, and I do enjoy going to them, and I want the footage from the garage sales. It's fun to shoot that footage and edit the videos and upload them. So I'm definitely going to be going. It's just going to change the way that I buy once I get there. Question from Judge Stice. I have had several buyers message me that USPS tracking shows deliver, but they didn't get the item. How do you handle that? I try to work with them, but there's not a lot as sellers we can do. both open cases, and I uploaded the tracking. How do you deal with that from a customer service standpoint? Well, like you said, there's not a whole lot you can do, and you don't want to get too involved, because like it seems like it's a good idea to go the extra mile. And I guess you can if you want, but the deeper you get into something, the more ownership you kind of take of the problem, right? And honestly, like, I hate to sound like this, but it's not your problem. Like, the only thing I'll tell them to do is I'll say, hey, it shows delivered. There's not much else I can do from here, but you may want to check with others that live in your house, or maybe your neighbors, or ask your mail carrier and ask them what is going on. And at that point, if they open a case, then do what you did, add the tracking to it, and that's the best you can do. A lot of times, and I wouldn't tell them this, but I think a lot of times when this happens, and it might be legit, right? It might be legit that the package is missing, even though it says delivered. If they call, I think a lot of times they call eBay, and then the seller put the tracking number in and it shows delivered. I think eBay eats a lot of those, because like under seller protection, we're protected because we fulfilled our side of things, right? I think eBay will eat a lot of those on the customer's behalf instead of us. I think that's what happens. So it sounds like you handled those pretty well. My only advice is to be pleasant, polite, but not get too deep into it to where you're showing ownership of the problem, because you can't own the problem, because you can't really fix it. So encourage them to open a case, because that is protocol. Didn't get your item, open item not received case. There you go. Now, as you know, and that's honest advice. Tell them, I think you should open an item not received case if you didn't receive your item. That is proper protocol. And then when they open it, you put the tracking number in, and then they can take it up with eBay. That's my opinion. Okay, here's a question from the last video. I sold this pen. I'll show a quick clip right there. The pen you sold says $85, but you sold it for way more. Do you cover that $85 before you ship it? I would think someone would get mad if they pay more than the price tag listed. Yes, I actually cut the $85 off of that price tag, or off of that piece of paper. I just cut that little portion off before I shipped the metal or the pen or whatever you want to call it. And I actually paid 40% of that, which was $34, because I bought all of them. I bought all that they had at the estate sale on Sunday, so they were dealing anyways, and I got a little bit more off because I bought all of them. Interesting question from Loki Files. Lonnie, do you like selling action figures and comics besides a profit? I think it'd be cool to temporarily own a lot of that stuff, look at it, and send it off to a new home. I like selling action figures, okay. I don't love them. Now the comics are another story. I do like selling comics because I can list them really fast. I think I have put up, looking at my spreadsheet right here, I put up 254 comic listings since last week. So yeah, I can do these really quick, and they store really easily. Now the only drawback to comics and to a lot of stuff like that stores super easy is most comics you encounter aren't really worth that much. I was really fortunate to acquire valuable comics that people want for the most part, and yeah, I would, if I could, I would deal in nothing but this kind of stuff. But finding stuff that like this that is actually worth dealing with is another story, right? But I really appreciate the whole comic game. If you have pretty good stuff, just because it's so easy to list, store, ship. The whole process is awesome. I love it. All right, enough jibber jabber. Let's give away some mugs, 5 of them. So this is the video I just copied and pasted. Filter duplicate users. That stops somebody from being entered more than once. and then filter comments based on specific text. In this case, it is shed. Let's see how many entries we get based on those requirements from that video. I'm going to guess 900. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Unique commenters, 1175. So let's get started. Good luck, everyone that entered on your chance to win a mug. Who is first? Linda Berry. And she did ask a question. How big is your shed? Congrats, Linda. Shed is 12 by 30. Those are outside dimensions, 12 by 30. So inside dimensions are a little less. Inside is closer to about 11.5 by probably 29.5, something like that. But congratulations again. Let's pick another winner. Good luck, everyone. Josh Brunson. Josh said, I like seeing you sell stuff that I watched you buy way back when. Your first vid that I watched was she took me to her shed where you got all that phone stuff. Oh, also shed. So congratulations, Josh. Yes, that video, I remember it. It was when I went to a garage sale or an estate sale, and the lady said, hey, would you be interested in a bunch of phone stuff? She took me back to the shed in the backyard, and she said, you can have any of this for free. And it was a bunch of it, and I still have a pretty good bit of it. So congrats again, Josh, on winning a mug. Number 3 is Casey Brand, who simply said shed mug. So congratulations, Casey. 2 more to go. Winner, Mod and Pop Thrift. I'm really tempted to write sheed instead of shed, but I don't want to not qualify. Well, it's a good thing you qualify because you won. So congratulations, Mod and Pop Thrift. And we have one more winner to pick. Last winner is Otnip Droff Flips. Otnip Droff Flips. Okay. Great video as always. I understand about having 2 AB accounts and 1 for adult content, but why 3? Also just watched the video on your shed where you were showing the wiring on it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I did all the wiring in here. Why 3? The original reason for 2 was because I had run out of listings on my first account as far as premium eBay store listings. I had right at 1,000 between sold and currently listed active listings. And I was like, you know what? I'll start up another account with another store to avoid having to pay a bunch for, you know, additional listings on this first account. So I started that second account. That's actually where I'm moving most of the comics, is on that second account. And then whenever I got some adult type stuff that I didn't want to sell on either of the other 2 accounts, I decided to start a third account. So that's how that happened. And yeah, I'm happy with it. It's not bad. I have to check 3 accounts every day whenever I ship, but it's really not that big of a deal. So congrats to everyone that won a mug. Email address is right down below, and just email me there and we'll get the mugs sent out to you. And yeah, be looking out here soon, pretty shortly. I have a bunch more mugs I can give away. So here in the next few videos, I'll probably do another giveaway. So thanks so much for watching. Hope y'all are doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.